Alright, welcome back. Here we are with some more 13 Sentinels. It seems like we're getting pieces of the story together, and some of it is making sense while others still aren't. Considering we're dealing with time travel here, a lot of things aren't going to come across as sensible. But we'll make sense of it in no time, considering we're going to be playing through this whole story with each of these characters from their perspectives and see how it all becomes whole. For that matter. So if anything, guys, I hope you all continue to enjoy watching, and let's keep it rolling. Alright, we're starting off with Natsuno Minami's story again.
Uh-huh. Senpai, what's going on?
Minami, someone's trashed our room again. Also, watch this.
Watch what exactly?
Shh, stand over here, quietly. Watch the laundry basket. Did you see that, Minami?
Crap, this is bad.
You know what I think this is? It's a spy camera from a peeping Tom. It's the same creep that trashed this room. He must have set this up.
Well, close.
I can't believe my one and only Yuki-chan. She's working with the men in black. That means she can't know. She can't know about BJ. My room gets raided by my little... Either way, as for the... If I put him in my... Sentinel number 17, created to fight. It's also the... His name is... He's an... His mission was... Secret agents and silence. They call them Men in Black. Actually, this is... This is mine.
Yours?
Yeah, it's an alarm clock.
A clock?
That's a very odd clock. Alright, where do we need to go? Oh, get the bag first. Put him in there.
So you just carry it around?
Yeah, well, the thing is, I can't seem to tell time unless I look at this clock.
Isn't it kinda big?
That's right, there's no cell phones yet at the time.
If BJ is about to be seen by someone, I'll just hide him in my PE bag. Crisis averted.
And then put him in the locker. Again.
I gotta be careful. This is confidential information after all.
Or maybe not. Guess we'll take him with us.
Huh? You're going home dressed like that?
Yeah, I'm just in a hurry, so...
Okay, so her storyline takes place right after she was being chased by the MIB people, and her friend Yuki was, or she finds out Yuki was spying on her. But what we do know, from Yuki's point of view, she's doing it to protect her. Okay, we're back on point again.
Man in Black.
Alright, we need another place to go. I think it's going to repeat again until I branch out. Let me see what I did before. Oh, see, there's 3 other branching paths. Okay. Can I go anywhere else? Go! He was about to come, too. Alright. Ah, there you go. Now we're back here, and this time we'll probably...
Okay, we're here.
What's he up to?
Activate gate. Sentinel search range.
Where should we look this time?
Oh, that's a lot of sectors. Okay, we'll try one. We'll go in order.
How about Sector 1?
Sector 1 has been searched. No Sentinel found.
I see. Bummer.
Alright, number 2.
What about Sector 2?
2065. We have been there.
That's where we saw the tripods.
It's too dangerous.
What's that one at the bottom?
Sector 5, 1945.
Whoa, so we can travel to the past too? Hey, that's the year the Pacific War ended. Let's check it out.
Access code approved. Designating sector.
No way! How cool is this?
She's one of the few that's taking this pretty well. Can I go inside?
This building is all old and musty in my time. But it smells like fresh wood. They must have just built the place. This all feels like a dream. Check it out, BJ. It's my school in the past. You really can jump back and forth through time, can't you?
Natsuno.
I know. We have to be careful not to change anything in the past. Or else we'll totally screw up the future.
I think it's a little late for that considering how many timelines there are right now.
If we're 40 years in the past, then Dad's only 3 years old. He's probably at Grandma's house. I'd love to see that. A quick peek wouldn't hurt, would it?
The Sentinel, Natsuno.
Man, okay.
BJ knows what's up. Straight to work.
This is my classroom. The sign looks a little different, though. So, is the Sentinel here?
I've detected a drone signal. An active Sentinel is present.
Alright, so the next branching path is Sakura High in 1945.
Wow, the door's so easy to open. It doesn't stick at all. Guess there's no wear and tear yet.
Do we leave?
Someone's here. We've got to hide. Goto-san.
Right on time. Here's your pill supply for the month.
Are these the same ones I had last month?
Why do you ask?
Please, just be honest with me. The pills you've been giving me, they let me see the future. But these new pills are different. I feel awful when I take them. And they make me forget what I've seen in my dreams.
You must continue your treatment. They'll completely eliminate your nightmares.
Nightmares? These don't feel like...
Trust me, they'll help you revert to your original state. we're putting an end to this operation.
Goto-san, please wait! I can't forget. It's our only hope of survival. It's no use. I can't remember. The weapon at Ayame Pass. No, I can't remember anything.
Goto is like everywhere, man.
Was that Goto-senpai? How's that even possible? How could he be here? 40 years in the past. Maybe it was his grandpa. Looked just like him.
A sentinel at Ayame Pass.
Huh?
The place that woman mentioned.
All right, Ayame Pass. Wait, you mean where the park is?
There is no park in 1945. Let's go.
Let's get out of here.
Natsuno. Wrong way. Exit this way.
I had a feeling he's gonna tell me it was the wrong way.
Can you try not to ditch me? Can't believe we're running around in a military base. What if they find us? So this is the Sentinel. It's huge. How does someone lose something so freaking big?
The Sentinels are linked to the shifter. It was shifted here.
Crazy. Anyhow, I'm just glad we found it.
This is Sentinel number 19.
I forgot who pilots 19.
Sentinel number 17.
Right. You said number 17.
Correct. We're searching for Sentinel number 17. Number 19 belonged to a comrade. I cannot pilot his Sentinel.
What happened to him?
I have confirmed a cease in his vital functions.
Do you mean... he's...
Correct. He is dead.
PJ...
A critical change has been detected.
Huh?
The Sentinel's primary system has been altered. Someone bypassed and rebuilt it.
I don't really know what that means. Maybe one of the people here did something to it.
That would be impossible with the technology of this era.
I was just gonna say the same thing.
I'll see you tomorrow at 0800.
Someone's coming. If BJ is I'll just hide Christ.
Wrong button.
If BJ,
I
I'll
did
just
again.
hide him Christ.
I don't understand. Why is Professor Doji suspending operations? I know the Sentinel like the back of my hand, and I have no problem taking it to the front lines. Even there, I can perform at full power. So, why? Alright, enough. I'm starting to sound like Takatoshi-san. Nothing to get riled up over. I'm sure the people in charge have their reasons. Once the order comes, I'll be ready to lay down my life. And even if it never does, I'll still be ready.
He's gonna fight too? Dang! Now someone's coming from the other way! Jeez.
It's been a while, number 19. Let's have a look at you. Well, it looks like an alternate route was successfully created. It actually worked. And on my second test subject, no less. Impressive, Keitaro Miura. Nanomachine reconstruction agitates the brain. But you endured the process without losing your mind. With this data, I'll be able to take over the Sentinels. Goodness, I should be on my way. Professor Doji's security detail will return any moment. As promised, I'll remove the lock on the Sentinel. And there's one more thing I'd like to do. Just for good measure. There we go. As long as they come into contact with Miura-kun, the data should spread to the others.
Who was that guy?
We should leave. Let's hurry.
Yeah, you're right.
So that guy's the reason why the what do you call the event happened in the beginning of the game, because they were showing Juro touch Miura's forehead during when he had the nanomachine mark, and it spread to him, and it started causing him to awaken, I think.
We're here, BJ. Someone's coming. Quick, hide!
I'm pleased the data is complete. I suppose negotiating with the professor was the right choice. The settings have been tampered with. Was someone just here? It seems this gate has been compromised as well. I'll set it back to its original key. I'd best take my leave.
I have a feeling we're locked out now.
Did he just use the gate? Is he an alien too?
He changed the key. I can no longer shift.
I knew it.
Seriously? We can't go home?
Analysis will be complete in 78 hours and 24 minutes.
I can't stay here that long. Can't we find another way back to the future?
The gate and the Sentinel are the only safe methods of shifting.
The Sentinel.
What was that just now?
Someone else is coming.
Gonna hide again?
It came from around here, I think. Tokisaka Shrine. Maybe I saw a visiting god. Not likely. So much for my first day of time off. It's already night. Chihiro's probably worried about me.
Shh.
State your name. I know you're there. Freeze! Who are you?
Alright, so we made some more progress with Minami's story. You're gonna have to excuse me, guys. I'm trying to remember everyone's names. So we're finally coming into the point where she meets Miura, and reason why she ends up letting or making Juro stay with him in his own place. So, okay. So we do know she eventually comes back to the present.
Yes.
Yep. Okay, Taro Miura's story is not available. That means we should be able to go back into the battle mode. Okay, so with that, unlock condition. Complete Yuki Takamiya's A Girl with Red Glasses event. So many events. Alright. We'll start with this dude too.
Miura-kun? What do you need?
Do I have to need something to hear your voice?
I guess not, but we're supposed to be working. How's everything on your end?
Sector 2's construction is going pretty smoothly so far. We should be able to sustain a second colony soon. All it'll take is 4 more orbits tops. You doing okay?
Still getting used to zero-G, and trying not to puke. As for the project, we've got a few complications. Got the ethics committee breathing down our necks.
Didn't know space exploration was a matter of ethics.
No, they're all worked up about our machines. Their self-replication is what's making the board nervous. May lead to the invasion of intelligent life or something.
They're worried about a war with aliens that might not even exist. Shouldn't our ethics team be more grounded in reality?
You're one to talk. Still reading about history 24/7?
Yeah, it's fascinating stuff. I'm reading about the Pacific War right now.
200 years ago, right? When this all started?
Part of a world war involving countless powerful nations. It reshaped the way we approach technology and ideology. Like I said, fascinating stuff. If I could pick an era to be born in, I'd live around then.
Sounds like a big mess to me.
Oh, well. If you'd like, I could send over some light reading on it.
I think I'll pass. So, any idea when we can meet up again?
It'll be about 420 hours till the next time I'm off. I'll keep in touch, Natsuno.
Good. I'll be looking forward to it.
Bye.
And once more, I'm confused. I had a feeling these were their future selves. 1944. Alright, so he's originally from the 1940s. But it doesn't explain his future. Or, again, this could be another timeline for him, though. Like, this could be one point where he was from 1940s, and there's another point when he was from the future. In the 2048, was it? I forgot already.
Takatoshi-san.
A brand new schoolhouse with all its luxuries. And not a single student attending.
They need every able-bodied student at the factories.
I know, we're in a state of emergency. Just a shame that it's come to this, I suppose.
He's a year above me, but we're the same age. We grew up in the same town together. He was such a mess. Seems like he's shaped up, though. He's found a certain dignity ever since he enlisted. State of emergency. I heard a rumor from the Marines at the port. They say we have no ships left. That it's a hopeless war.
What's wrong, Keitaro? You resent being drafted?
No. Just, of all people, why'd they choose me?
Don't let your nerves get to you again. You'll get to fight for your country before your peers. That's an honor and a privilege. You don't have to worry anyway. One look at it, and you'll know this war is ours.
At what exactly?
I can't say too much out here, but we have a secret weapon. Our own key to victory. You'll see it in the armory soon enough.
But we're just students. Why do we have access to something so secret?
Because we've been chosen as pilot cadets for that very weapon. But keep it quiet. Maximum level security. Not even your family can know.
Understood. So what is this new weapon?
We've been calling it a Sentinel. A heavily armored craft that requires a pilot to operate. It'll help us gun down the enemy at our shores.
So the Americans really are coming for us.
We've been forced to abandon many of our posts overseas. At this rate, we'll have to end this on the mainland. Our homeland's future is in the hands of this Sentinel. But they're good hands. A single Sentinel rivals aircraft carriers in terms of power. No, it could outmatch an entire military on its own. Whatever they've got will keep our homeland safe. And one day, we'll take the fight to American soil. Huh? I didn't think anyone else would come here.
I'll see who it is. A secret weapon powerful enough to win the war. And out of all the potential pilots across Japan, they chose me. What can I do? Will I be any help at all?
Yeah, I tell you guys, I really do love the voice acting.
Tamao-san.
So this is where you've been hiding. Takatoshi-san. Goodness, look at you. Such a gentleman now.
Hey, Tamao-san. What brings you here?
So this is Juro's mother.
I had to see Keitaro-san off. And when I heard you were back too, I had to come. I wanted to give you this. I made some ohagi for you. Maybe you and Takatoshi-san can share them.
Well, I am partial to ohagi.
The rations don't give us that much sugar. I'm afraid they won't be very sweet.
I'm sure they'll be delicious. Thank you.
And we got this person right here hiding.
Is this a friend of yours?
Yes, I invited her along.
Pardon me, but have we met?
Oh, that's Kiriko-chan. She came to us from Tokyo.
It's fine. You really don't have to introduce me.
But he's asking about you, Kiriko-chan.
I'm Kiriko Doji, sirs.
I'm Takatoshi Hijiyama. Pleased to meet you. Wait, Doji? Any relation to Professor Heizo Doji?
I'm his daughter. I hope that doesn't bother you.
No, far from it. I just never imagined his daughter would be so...
Professor Doji's here? If he's at the armory, that can only mean...
That's enough, Keitaro. His involvement with the new weapon is highly confidential. I mean, damn it.
Oh, don't worry, we won't tell. You're pretty funny.
I've heard about Kiriko-san's father. They say he's a remarkable teacher. Though I didn't realize he was a professor.
Keitaro-san, do you know where you'll be stationed?
He'll be working alongside me. The armory's not too far from here. However, it may be some time until he's back.
Tamao-san, You and the Kurabes have been nothing but kind to me. I can only give you my thanks, from the bottom of my heart. I'll have to leave my little sister with you, so please, take care of her for me.
Don't you worry about a thing, Keitaro-san. I'll take good care of Chihiro-chan.
And tell her I won't be gone for long. The second I get time off, I'll come visit.
Keitaro, it's almost time. They're expecting us. We'd better get going.
I'll be back.
Do take care, you two.
I promise. I'll be back.
He's a pretty decent guy. I didn't know much about Miura anyway, up until this point.
What was that just now? Some kind of flash. Lightning, maybe. It came from around here, I think.
State of a new weapon.
Tokisaka Shrine. Maybe I saw a visiting god. Not likely. So much for my first day of time off. It's already night. Chihiro's probably worried about me. State your name. I know you're there. Freeze! Who are you? Shouldn't you be wearing pants?
Huh? Maybe wearing gym clothes wasn't the best idea.
I don't know why you're here, but it's dangerous to be out this late on your own. Allow me to escort you home.
Who are you?
My name is Keitaro Miura. I'm stationed at the armory nearby. But I'm off duty now, so I was on my way home. So, what's your name?
Natsuno. Natsuno Minami.
State Professor Doji.
Which way to your place, Natsuno-san?
Good question. Kind of a complicated answer, though.
Wait. What's that sound?
What's going on?
An air raid. They're trying to bomb the factory. But that's near where the Kurabes live. Stay here. It should be safe at this distance.
But what about you?
I have to go help.
Wait!
Follow him.
What? Seriously? Do I have to? Ugh. Fine, whatever. If everything goes wrong, it's totally your fault.
Chihiro!
Oh.
Hot. Hey, hold on a sec.
Why did you follow me?
I don't know.
Fine, but just stay there. It's clear here, but the flames are stronger up ahead.
You're not going in, are you?
I have to. That house up ahead is where my sister's staying.
Let's go. Oh.
This can't be happening. It's completely gone. It must have been a direct hit. Chihiro! Tamao-san!
Her stuffed animal.
This belongs to Chihiro. Chihiro! Tamao-san! Our mother's terrible at sewing, but she made this for Chihiro. I'd never seen her struggle with anything so hard, but she did it. It's pieced together with scraps of cloth. Not the best quality. Even still, Chihiro took it with her wherever she went.
Oh man, okay. I guess we go back to Minami.
Chihiro! You're safe. Where's Tamao-san?
Right here.
Kitaro-san!
Tamao-san.
It's all gone.
I know. But you're alive, and that's what matters.
We ran to the shelters as soon as we heard the sirens. But Chihiro-chan ran off alone. She said she was going back to the house.
'Cause you were coming home. And if nobody was there to see you, you'd be really sad.
Chihiro.
So they're all safe and sound, huh?
Natsuno-san.
What the?
What is that? Another American weapon?
I'm scared.
We can't stay here. Everyone, get moving!
Everything on that side of the Kaede River is on fire.
Looks like it's headed toward Kamazumi next.
Big brother.
Why are they showing up in this era?
I've always heard the US had an industrial advantage over us. That thing has to be one of their weapons. They've finally come for our homeland. And if we don't stop them... Tamao-san, please take care of Chihiro.
Big brother.
Stay with her and do as you're told. Understand? Tamao-san, can I ask you to look after Natsuno-san too?
Huh? What about you?
I'm going back to the armory. You stay with Tamao-san. She'll keep you safe. Now go. I'll show them that Japan can still fight. This is the day I've been training for. Against the Sentinel, they don't stand a chance.
You hear all that?
Natsuno.
I know. I'm on it.
Alright, so this was Miura Kitaro's prologue, and yeah, we got a little more answers from the previous storyline with Minami, so it caught up eventually, so that makes sense. I'm trying to piece together a couple other things though, so I keep forgetting, is Chihiro the nurse? Like, and that's his sister? I could be wrong, but wow, okay. We're 12% in on his story. Alright guys, I'm going to end the video here for today. Thank you for watching. Until the next one.